Good morning, everyone. So let's solve another SQL question which is asking Fang an MNC company. Assume you are given a table on Walmart user transactions. Based on their most recent transaction date, write a query that retrieve the users along with the number of products they bought. Output the user's most recent transaction date, user ID and the number of products, sorted in chronological order by transaction date. So here they have given us the user underscore transactions table. In that product ID, user ID, spend and transaction date is given. So particular user has purchased a products on multiple transaction dates. And we have to identify the most recent transaction, and on that particular most recent transaction date, how many products a user has purchased, that we have to identify. So if you see over here, I have select the data from the user underscore transactions table. And if you see for 115, most recent transaction date is 12th July 2022. And how many product on that particular date it is purchased? So one product, right? 4123. Also one product is there, right? Because on the 11th of July only one product is purchased. And for 12th of July for 159 two product is purchased, right? So that we need to show user ID, transaction date and number of products purchased on that particular recent transaction date. So here what I have done, because of we want the most recent transaction date wise user ID and purchase number of products purchased. So here first of all I have taken the maximum of transaction date per each user. So which is I have taken over here, right? Now what I have done, I have encapsulated this block into the city, and then what I have done, I have joined this table, join this city with the original table with user ID and max date, means transaction date with max date. So it will give me on that particular date number of products, right? And then we have done the count of product ID so that it will generate the most recent transaction date wise count of product, right? And then I have done the order by transaction date, number of product and user ID. So this is the result set. Now can we write the same query with ranking functions? So let me try. Over here row number over order by transaction date descending. So let me, what is the issue over here? Is in it because it is not contained in the aggregate function. Okay, here group by is not required, right? Because we haven't used any aggregate function. Now for each user, for, and of course we need to do partition by user ID. Now let me take for 115, it is generated rank, right? Now if you take the date over here, transaction date also over here. Let me take it. So for the highest transaction date, it will give the rank 2. Then maximum. So here we need to take the maximum of transaction date, right? Now let me do try to do reverse. Okay. Now can you, now we need the maximum of transaction date over here, right? But the rank is not consistent. So what we can do? One, two, three, four. Order by transaction date, ascending it should be there, right? Ascending.